Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Shane French, and I'm here a little bit today to talk to you about the victim's rights and the resources that they have when they are victimized of a crime. This is important information for everyone to know. It could help save a life out there, whether you've been a victim of crime, you've committed a crime, you know someone who's been a victim. It could help literally anyone out there. So let's take a little bit look into both the rights and the resources. Alright, so the first thing is going to be the victim's legal rights. When you're a victim of crime, you have 10 legal rights that will help protect you from the person that committed a crime against you. One of those things that it does is it lets the victim sit on the trial process if they wish. They have that right to sit in and watch that person that committed a crime against them, watch whatever sort of punishment they may get during the trial. The victim can also request to be informed of any sort of sentencing, whether it be 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, 20 years, life, whatever it may be, whatever crime is committed. They have that right of knowing what the person that committed that crime, what they're sentenced to. Some more of the legal rights that the victim has. The victim of a crime has the right to be protected from the accuser, or the accused, victims are always scared of coming forward. They're worried that the person that committed the crime on them is going to hurt them. They're going to come after them, their family. They're going to get them at work while they're on a run, whether they're at home alone. They're scared of coming forward about what happened to them. With the right of the victims being protected of the person that committed the crime, they're more comfortable. They feel like they can come forward. They can say something and they're protected, and they know that they won't get harmed. Another victim right is to be informed in a timely manner of any sort of plea bargain that goes on in any sort of case. Anytime that there's a plea bargain reached between the plaintiff and the defendant, the victim has the right to know. They're a right to know what's aware of going on the accused. Let's dive a little bit more into the victim resources side of things when you're a victim. The number one resource that a victim has is the police department. If you or anyone you know are in trouble, make sure you dial 911 and talk to the dispatch. When you talk to them, you want to make sure that you give a detailed explanation. This ensures that they know what's going on, they know who's involved, they know where's it at, and they can get there and help you as quick as possible. That's the thing about wanting them there sooner than later. You want them to get there before the crime was committed, not after. One victim resource that I was able to find is RAINN. This is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, and I posted their hotline there for anyone who is curious. They help anyone that's been raped, abused, anything that's been going on, whether it be an immediate family, someone you know, someone you don't know. You can call them and you can let them know what happened, and everything's confidential. A major crime that's committed mainly against women, sometimes against men, but mainly against women, is domestic violence. The National Clearinghouse for the Defense of Battered Women, they help any woman that's facing any sort of charges dealing with the domestic violence. They will give them resources to legal help and aid, stuff that will help them get these charges dropped, and make sure that they're safe. Another really big one is Child Help. It's a resource for abused and neglected children. This is a really big one. It happens more than you think out there. It's very important that we spread this one around. Not a lot of people know about this one, but it could save a child's life, honestly. There's the number there, and their main goal, like I said, is to prevent child abuse and neglect from happening all across the world. So a big thing with victimization is the community response. If the community has to work as an actual community and come together in order to decrease the crime that's going on within the community. If you see any sort of crime going on, make sure you contact your local dispatch immediately. Make sure you inform them of what's going on, and before, like I said on the last slide, be detailed. Let them know what's exactly going on. Don't keep anything from them. Give them as much information so they can help. And then you can also set up a local crime watch organization. This is a big one. Most communities have them. I feel like everyone should have them. If a criminal knows that there's people out watching them at night, looking for these things going on, whether it be theft, burglary, assaults, rape, anything, there's people out there that can watch that are more than happy to. They can just patrol the community at night, make sure that nothing suspicious is going on, and they can also provide resources to those that are in need. A couple of those resources I said above, they can spread those throughout the community as well. Another thing that you can do as a community is discuss a plan at your local town hall or community meetings. This is important because it gets the law enforcement in the city involved. It lets them know what's actually going on. A lot of the time they're left high and dry and people wonder why things aren't changing. It's because they don't know. Tell them in specific detail what's been going on, where the most crime has been happening, what the most crime is. And they can set up law enforcement more in that area of the city to kind of take a look at it and catch those who are committing these crimes. One thing I want to add in here is to avoid police and institutional violence. If a law enforcement officer, they're out there, and if they pull you over, just listen to them. They have a reasoning most of the time. They're putting their life on the line every day, honestly, especially in today's day and age. If they ask you to do anything, like turn around, put your hands behind your back, just do it. Just listen to them. You have a right to refuse any sort of speech or anything like that, but don't resist. Don't resist them. It's just going to get you in more trouble. Another one thing you can do is record the incident while it's happening. If you record it, then you have a physical evidence that you have obtained of the incident and what happened exactly, the words that were said, the actions that were used, anything that happened. You have that right to record it as a victim. You can record, make sure you try to record it yourself. If you have anyone else record it, then it's not as credible. You want to try to record it yourself if you can. If you can't, then have someone else. And then you always hear all the time that the officers' body cameras are off, they're broken, they're not wearing them. And this just prevents that from being used in court or anything like that. So these are a couple of my resources. Like I said, there's a lot of rights that a victim has. I only touched on a few. If you want to just go online, you can look up the 10 legal rights that a victim has. And you can read through them in depth, and I highly recommend it. It's important to know, just in case you are a victim. And then also all the resources out there. If you want this PowerPoint, I can email it to you. Just leave your email in the comments, and I can send you all these resources and more information on them. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.